What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year to everyone. 2024 is upon us, which means 2023 has completed. In today's video, it will be a special video because I'll be giving you my top 10 list for the worst movies that came out in 2023. Before I dive into my list, there's a couple things that I wanted to mention. So in 2023, I didn't see every single film that came out. There was a lot of movies that came out in 2023, so it's just not possible for me to see every single one. This list that you're about to see is created based off of my personal and critical opinion, and this video won't be me reviewing every single film that I'm going to be talking about. It will just be me briefly explaining why I disliked the film and then giving you an explanation to why I ranked it on the number scale on my list. Lastly, you're probably wondering why there's nothing here in my display area. The reason to why that is because I'm talking about the worst movies of 2023. And when I'm talking about pure garbage, you deserve absolutely nothing, so there's gonna be nothing there the entire time. So without further ado, here's my list for the top 10 worst movies of 2023. Number 10, The Flash. Being this was the biggest film from DC this year, I originally didn't hate The Flash. But once I kept thinking about it over and over again, I began to have a small hatred for it. I don't think this film is the worst movie ever, but I do think it is bad enough to earn a spot on my list. And the biggest reason why it's on my list is because the big sell point was that they brought back Michael Keaton as the 1989 Batman. After thinking about this film over and over again, I can't help myself but remember that they missed that mark heavily, and there's literally no point to have Michael Keaton's Batman in this film. He's just there to be there, and he does absolutely nothing. This film has terrible CGI, and it's just a jumbled mess. So congratulations to The Flash, you're on my list. Number 9, Barbie. Barbie. So for those who follow me in 2023, you probably remember that my Barbie review was the review to where I absolutely lost it. It's the film that I gave my lowest grade, and till this day is a film that only holds my worst grade possible. So you're probably wondering to yourself why this film is number 9 on my list. This film still is a complete jumbled mess that makes no sense, has no entertainment value, and is a film that I still really disliked, but it came out in July, and after I saw it and seeing other people's viewpoints, I don't think this film is the worst movie ever, nor is it the worst movie of 2023. It's just a movie that you can put on the side, and it did get a lot of money, and it did get a lot of liking from the audience. But I still think this movie is not so good, so it's number 9 on my list. So congratulations to Barbie, you're on my list. Number 8, The Hunger Games and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. After watching Hunger Games 5, I didn't like it at all. I thought this story was way too long, and it was completely boring from start to finish. I also thought that the actual Hunger Games themselves were very mid and a complete disappointment when that's pretty much the entire point. I really disliked this film because it was extremely boring. The third act is completely abysmal, and I thought Rachel Zegler was just a dud as the Mary Sue character of whatever her name was because I instantly forgot it. Also, when she was singing, it made my ears bleed. So congratulations to Hunger Games 5. You're on the list. Number 7, Good Burger 2. There are a few films that I streamed in 2023, and Good Burger 2 was one of them. A huge mistake that I made because I acquired Paramount Plus to watch Good Burger 2. As a huge fan of Good Burger 1, and my family also loves Good Burger 1, Good Burger 2 is nothing but regurgitated garbage. It is a sin against humanity, and there's absolutely no reason to to why it should exist. Good Burger 2 is a 2023 edition of the original Good Burger. It's a complete rehash of the first film, and it does nothing on its own. There's nothing that I liked about it. It was a complete disaster, and I hated it with all my heart and soul. So congratulations to Good Burger 2. I won't take your order. You're on the list. Number 6, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Pretty much everyone was shocked when they found out that there was going to be a film on Winnie the Pooh, and it was going to be a slasher. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was one of the most stupid films I've ever seen. It's completely nonsensical, and it's a slasher movie that I wish I got slashed while I was watching it. This film is nothing but an idiotic story that makes zero sense, has terrible characters, and Winnie the Pooh himself just looks stupid the entire time. There's nothing that I liked about this film. I liked the original nice Winnie the Pooh, so knowing that they were making a slasher on the Winnie the Pooh IP, I just knew I wasn't going to enjoy this film, and they did this just for shock value. Congratulations to Winnie the Pooh. You didn't really shock anyone. Your film is just a pile of trash. So congratulations, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. You're on the list. Number 5, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. In 2023 was probably the worst year for the MCU. The first thing that they made was Ant-Man 3. This was nothing but a catastrophic disaster that was a complete snooze fest. If you enjoyed Ant-Man 1 or 2, or any time Paul Rudd was Ant-Man in the MCU, this film did a great job in stripping all the charisma and enjoyment you had in the other installments. This film offers characters that you can't root for and are extremely unlikable. It also introduces 2 new villains with Kang the Conqueror and MODOK that were so bad they not only betrayed the source material, they were just cringe from start to finish. This was a movie I definitely disliked. It was super boring, and I hated everything about it. So congratulations to Ant-Man 3, whatever your title is, you're on the list. Number 4, The Marvels. The Marvels is by far the worst thing that MCU did in 2023. With a film that has absolutely no charisma and no entertainment value whatsoever, this film follows Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau that are characters that have absolutely nothing to offer and are completely pointless. This film also features the villain known as Darwin, who is also completely pointless and is just a dollar store version of Ronan the Accuser. This movie was not interesting, a complete disaster, and it had a lot of things that they featured that made me want to gouge my eyes out with the fork. Specifically, the world to where you can only communicate through singing, and at times to where they had cats running around and eating people for cutesy fun was just completely nonsensical. You also have to do your homework for this film by watching a bunch of television programs on the Disney Plus service, and you also have to rewatch Captain Marvel. This was a complete disaster that I disliked, and The Marvels was definitely the worst superhero film that came out in 2023. So congratulations to The Marvels, you made the list. Number 3, The Expendables 4, or Expendables. Expendables 4, aka Expendables, was nothing but a disaster. For those who experienced this film, know that this was a sin against action movies, and every single time there was an action scene featured in this film, it was terribly choreographed, and the CGI was nothing but a joke. I literally could have took a toy plane, flew it around on screen, and that would have been better than the CGI that was offered in Expendables. Also, this film doesn't do what they did in the other 3 movies with giving you star power that you actually like. There was a bunch of action stars in the other 3 that you actually enjoy and can get behind. In this film, you get 50 Cent and Megan Fox. This movie was a complete joke and just a cash grab, and it was complete recycled Hollywood assembly line filmmaking that I absolutely hated. So congratulations to Expendables, you made the list. Number 2, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Some people are probably wondering why Transformers 7 is so high on my list. The reason why it is so high on my list is because I'm a pretty big fan of the live action Transformers movies that came before before it. It's not hard to make a live action Transformers film because pretty much all you have to do is make robots fight each other and the audience easily turn their brain off to have a good time. The story doesn't need to be magnificent, but it just needs to be competent with good action sequences. Transformers 7 has no good action sequences and has a story that is unbearably stupid that makes me cringe my eyeballs out. The characters that are in this movie in regards to the humans are not enjoyable whatsoever, do stupid things, and are just irritating from start to finish. And the Transformers that you know and love, like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, aren't utilized at all whatsoever, and every single action sequence that they are in are just complete and utter duds. I dislike Transformers 7 a lot, and there's a reason to why it's number 2 on my list. So congratulations to Transformers 7, you're on the list. Number 1, the worst movie of 2023 belongs to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Indiana Jones 5 is a complete character assassination of the beloved character of Indiana Jones. After I watched it, I didn't think it was the worst movie of 2023, but after thinking about it over and over again, it just really grinded my gears, and it definitely deserves the title of worst movie of 2023. This is a movie filled with complete utter nonsense that is completely boring, and it destroys the character of Indiana Jones. He's completely helpless, a dumb old man that can't do anything and has to be the sidekick to Phoebe Waller-Bridge's dumb, idiotic character. This is a complete jumbled mess, and congratulations to Kathleen Kennedy. You've done an excellent job in ruining everything that George Lucas has created. For someone that loves the first 3 Indiana Jones films, there's no point to why the 5th movie even exists. Every single person that knew that this movie was going to come out knew that it was going to ruin the entire legacy of Indiana Jones, and that's exactly what this 5th film did. And for me, I hated it. It was a complete disaster, and it definitely assassinated the character of Indiana Jones. So congratulations to Disney, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Kathleen Kennedy, and James Mangold for not only making the worst film of 2023, but the worst Indiana Jones film ever made. This is a complete, utter assassination for Indiana Jones, and it's a complete sin against humanity that should not exist. And those who actually enjoy the Indiana Jones franchise know that there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. There you have it. That's my top 10 list of the worst films of 2023. If you have a list or have a least favorite film of 2023, make sure to leave that down below in the comments. And before I go, I wanted to add one more thing. For those people who encourage people to not make a top 10 worst list because it's so hard to make a film and it's not nice, get out of my face with that, because I don't care. If you make a garbage film, I'm gonna let you know about it. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, make sure you click that like button and consider watching another video on my channel. And if you like the stuff that I do here, make sure you're subscribed. That way I can see you next time. Till then, I will see you next time. Peace.